Hi guys. Here we are. We're back from break and ready to just get right after it.
Ooh, exciting.
Okay, as you can see, we're fully prepared, and we have a great green screen in the background, and we're coming to you live from 183P.
Richards High School.
All right, so we're going to dive right into bonding and naming of compounds. Before we get into naming, we're just going to strictly talk formulas to you here, and how do you get a formula and a bond?
That's fun.
All right. So, what is a bond in general? Okay, it's when two atoms, as you can see over here, fall madly in love.
Oh, and they're stable because they like being together.
Exactly.
That's
so
nice.
there are two main types. They're ionic or they're covalent.
Okay.
The ionic bonds, as you can see here, they're straight up give electrons away.
Okay, so one will gain, one will lose, transfer of electrons.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then covalent, they share. That's like the Lady and the Tramp scene where they're eating the spaghetti and then their noses touch.
Yeah.
And then he goes to give her a meatball, and I think it falls on the ground. Something like,
Something like that.
Yeah. So covalent, sharing, ionic, transferring. Done.
Nice and easy.
Okay. So they are transferred in order to fill that octet role. Octet meaning?
8.
8. Okay, so we always want to make sure that we reach that valence shell of 8 because that's where everyone wants to be happy. Okay. So if I am a cation, usually what types?
Metals.
Metals. Okay. I become positive because I give my electrons away.
And electrons are negative. I'm losing a negative. It's like adding. Okay, got it.
Okay. So they usually give up their electrons. Anions, which are normally
Non-metals.
are going to gain electrons.
Okay, so they are becoming more positive. They're gaining the negative.
They're
becoming more negative. They're gaining the negative.
Yes.
Got there. Good.
Okay. Perfect. That was a little tricky.
Yeah, did not go over well.
Okay, so some facts. Metals are going to lose their electrons.
Okay.
And we lose based on the group number. So if I'm in group 1, I lose 1. I'm in group 2, I lose 2. Yes. The only one that's a little tricky is group 13. They lose 3.
3. Because,
Yeah, remember those transitions
Those
too?
are
They're a little
always
crazy in the middle. We'll
mess
get to those
everything
later. Yeah. If I'm a non-metal, I'm going to gain. Okay? So the main ones that we need to talk about for gaining are groups 16 and 17.
All right, not too bad.
If I'm in 16, I have 6, so I'm going to want to gain
2.
because that makes me 6 plus 2 is 8.
Which is an octet, right? Oh,
Okay.
I see how it works.
Group 17 is 7. I'm going to gain 1. That makes me
8.
awesome.
So,
Okay.
I gotcha.
Look at that funny joke.
That's hilarious.
I lost an electron. Are you positive?
Get it? Because
he lost an
yeah,
electron.
Yeah, I got it. That was funny.
Okay. So, just a few of the ions just to kind of help you remember, okay, what their charges can be. So, anything in group 1 will have a plus 1 charge. Anything in group 2 has a plus 2 charge. Group 13.
3.
Group 16 is going to have a
-2.
Right. Group 17 is going to be
-1.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So that's just a little reminder for you.
It's fun.
Yes. So when we do this transferring of electrons, we always need to make sure that our total charge adds up to 0.
Okay.
Okay. So it can't have a positive or a negative. So the first one we're going to look at here is sodium and chlorine. They are going to bond. Okay. Next time you're supposed to come with me.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Transferring.
Transferring electrons. Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay. Sodium's in group 1, so it has
1.
valence electron, which means it's going to give up that 1. So it's going to be what charge?
+1.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So it is going to bond with chlorine, which is in group 17. How many valence electrons?
7.
Okay. It's going to want to gain that 1 from sodium. So it's going to have an overall charge of
0. I'm sorry. Chlorine will have a -1.
Right.
Got there.
So when they go together,
That's 0.
that's 0. So you have that 1-to-1 ratio.
Gotcha.
So 1 sodium and 1 chlorine come together. As you can see over there on the right-hand side, it says equals NaCl because 1-to-1 is a charge.
Yes.
Okay? So if I try magnesium bromide, now a little bit different.
What?
Magnesium has a +2 charge.
Okay.
Bromide has a -1.
Okay, so it needs to equal 0 still, though,
It
right?
needs to equal 0. Yeah, so it no longer now can be 1-to-1.
No.
It has to be 1-to-2
Okay, makes sense.
because magnesium is +2.
I need to subtract 2.
Correct. So that's why bromine, since it's a -1, we're going to need 2 of them.
Oh, that makes sense. That's not bad.
So then it's MgBr2 is my formula.
Easy.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to pause right here, and this is all you're going to do. You're going to finish these on Ed Puzzle, and we'll go over them in class.
Fantastic.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.